Hello YouTube and welcome to another moto vlog coming at you from Sterling. It's Sterling Moto coming at you from Sterling, riding around the area of, well, Sterling and Great Falls. And yeah, as you can see, it's quite snowy, quite cold. We're just going for a short ride and having a little fun, so come along and see what I got to say if you like, or, you know, mute me or just turn it off. Why are you even here? So, this first clip here is kind of a why, or it's kind of a always be vigilant. Look at this. Didn't expect him to stop, so I came very, very close to getting a little rear end action there. He stopped there to let that woman on the right that was crossing now pass. And I just wasn't expecting that, and there we go. Just the way it goes. So, now we're just back to some normal stuff, having a little fun. Getting a little speed going up here. So you can see I don't really turn my head early enough on this turn, if you ask me. And I start thinking about that. So for this upcoming turn, if I really turn my head, this is what I'm supposed to be doing. Point my nose where I'm wanting to go, you know what I mean? And I want to be doing that all the time. Here's an example of, you know, in conditions like this, how fast should you go around turns? Well, this is about as fast as I go around turns. That's pretty darn slow. And the key for me is don't add lean angle and throttle at the same time. That is always important, but it can't be more important and it can't be more overstated when you've got snow on the ground, it's wet, it's cold, and, you know, the grip couldn't be lower, really, for you know, sane normal road conditions. Here we got some construction. We're out here in Great Falls, riding around. This is kind of like Clifton. You know, you got your 2-lane roads, trees everywhere, big houses. It's a residential area, but it's not, you know, bigger roads and stuff like that than a normal community. So it's pretty cool. Here you got some twisties coming up. You got a 1-lane bridge here. You can see that slippery sign, so what you can see I do here is I try to keep the bike completely upright over this bridge. Yeah. I don't do any leaning or any changes or anything. I have a nice smooth throttle and I keep the bike nice and upright over that bridge. So that's the key there. I think it's beautiful down here in the winter. Look at this, with all the snow and everything. It's really nice. So another tip, watch the middle of the road, especially in these conditions. The middle of the road is going to have debris and just gravel, salt, sand, just anything you can imagine, maybe even ice, because cars don't really drive over it, and it doesn't really get cleaned up like the sides of the roads do. So try to put your tire where car tires would be. And that's really important when you're going around turns, especially blind turns. So, something to keep in mind there. You can see me turning my head a lot, that's good. You can see me ride in the middle of the road, not so good. But again, I'm trying to put my tires, you can see here, I'm trying to put my tires right where the tire lines are, which is good. So that was a good turn. Nice and slow, you know, this isn't performance riding that you want to be doing. I guess that's another tip. Don't do performance riding when the conditions are like this. Just ride to survive, you know, ride to enjoy the view and have a good time and get some fresh air, but don't do performance riding. So now we're back in Sterling. I just like this little area. I always like showing it, so that's what I'm going to do. Coming around. This is, as you can see, quite a clear road. There's a lot of traffic, and it looks pretty good. So you could go a little faster if there weren't any cars, but how do you know this, you know, on your first pass? You also see you got those puddles there, so maybe not as clear as I said. So just because the road looks clear at one point, that's another tip. Just because the road looks clear at one point doesn't mean it's clear everywhere. Here's another tip. When you're making a U-turn, try to stay in your lane like that, because that helps prevent other cars from running into you, especially if there's a guy trying to make a right. He might not anticipate you making a U-turn. He might pull out on you. And, you know, just because you're right and just because you have the right of way doesn't mean you're not going to get someone to pull out on you. So here we go. We got a little bit of dirt action, a little bit of actual going off-road for Sterling Moto. See, this is like an industrial commercial area, and we've got a short dirt road. This is not gravel, it is just pure dirt, and it's extremely wet and muddy, and I've got road tires on, so we're gonna have some fun slipping and sliding. You can see a lot of snow and ice there on the edge. So the reason this road is clear at all is because there's been a lot of construction traffic going down here, which you'll see in a minute. Yeah, we've got our construction traffic. So the key to riding on the dirt and the mud like this is just stay disconnected from the bike and be smooth. Oh, look at this little geese. Alright, scared. But yeah, stay disconnected from the bike. Let the bike move around, because it's going to. And be smooth with all your inputs. You know, don't steer too fast. Don't give it too much throttle. Don't give it too much brakes. Just be nice and smooth the whole time. And if you do that, your chances of falling, you know, decrease drastically. But you always have to, you know, in the mud, on road tires, your chances of falling exist. There's always that chance that you're just going to have the bike slide out from under you, and there's nothing you can do. But, you know, like I said, doing those tips will really help you, and they can, as you see, keep me from falling here, which is great. So now I'm coming up on some construction traffic. We'll skip ahead here because I end up having to sit for a while they, I guess, figure out what they're going to do. And we're moving again. They finally, you know, a couple minutes later decided to figure out what they were doing, and we get moving. This is pretty much the end of the road. Another tip for muddy riding and dirt riding is always remember that your tires are extremely muddy and dirty once you get back onto the tarmac. Just because the road isn't unpaved anymore, just because the road is paved, here, there's no grip. I have no grip. I have to be very careful because my tires are muddy, the road is wet, everything's screwed up. If you act like you can just do whatever you want, because now all of a sudden the road is paved, you're going to have a bad day, you're going to fall. You also got to watch out for like all this ice and stuff here. There's tons of ice around, so I had to be careful where I placed my bike. And hey, this was a great ride. I had a great time. It was a little cold, but everything's good. And I want you guys to think about your riding.